All right, I'm Swag and Shades, and we are at Better Baseball in Atlanta, Georgia. We are going to try out all of the hottest bats in 2025 and some of the ones that are just coming out that'll be hot for 2026. We have just about everything you could imagine, from the Atlas to the new combat rodeos, Clouts, Icons, Bone Saber, got the Mav 1, Cat X2, Voodoo, and these are all set up from the most end loaded to the most balanced based on how their swing weight is. So we're gonna be able to get a really good idea within the same range of bat. We're not gonna be swinging just a 33 across the board. We're gonna be swinging them according to their MOI from the Better Baseball Hit Lab. So these are gonna be as dialed into me as they can be, so that we're gonna get a really good comparison on how they actually swing, and we're gonna compare apples to apples. Let's get to it. There's probably a better way to do this, but I want to try out the new combat rodeos. So we're going to start off with the lightest first. This is our 32 saddle up and throw down, which has the lightest MOI, lightest swing weight of any of our bats. Start with this one, see where we're at. A little interesting swing on a 32. Feels really solid. I think it's a little short for me, but the swing weight is super light. Now we're going to go up a little bit into a 34 Voodoo. 141, 143, 2 inches longer. So now we're going to see how we do with this one. That felt a lot better. This is one of those reasons why bat fitting is so important, because we went up 2 inches and it swings as light as the other bat does. It feels awesome, and I don't usually swing a 34. One piece feels really solid, feels really easy to swing, easy to control. Sweet spot doesn't feel huge, but easy to find. There's definitely a little bit of an adjustment based on your swing. So for a balanced 34, that was by far our highest exit velocity. We're gonna see where it goes from there. All right, now we're going up to a puck knob. This is a Cat X2. So from the bottom of the bat is a 34.5. So the swing length is gonna be 33.5. As you can see with the extra bit on the end, puck knob. That is loud. I don't feel the ball as much. Interesting. A lot of vibration, even when I hit it well. I don't know if that's the puck knob, swing weight, maybe I just can't swing it. Exit velocity wasn't bad. It wasn't super consistent though. Now we're into 33.5 inch Atlas, a little different colorway. I don't know if I've ever swung an Atlas before. That felt nice. When we talk about feeling the ball off the barrel, this one feels really responsive. Like you feel it coming off the bat. It doesn't vibrate a ton. So far, the most consistent exit velocities. Not the highest exit velo, but the most consistent so far. So this is gonna be our first jump up from the super balanced into kind of the mid load in terms of how it swings. So this is gonna be a 159 MOI, which just means it's gonna feel slightly heavier as we swing it, more in the bat head. So this is a 33 of the new combat rodeo. Work in the dark, shine in the light. You hardly feel it off the barrel at all. Consistency's not bad. Top end, not quite as good, little inconsistent, but I think a lot of that is because it swings differently. We're gonna see how it does as we go up into the more end loaded. The higher end was still really good. It does swing a lot differently though. Now we're on to the Mav 1 by Easton. This is a 33.5. Working our way up the MOI, 159.11. Consistent and so far tied for our top exit velocity at a 33.5. So far felt the best. Leader right now at the moment is the Mav 1. Okay, next up, we are going to the Louisville Omaha, 33.5, MOI of 160, so just a tick up. Definitely easier to throw the head of this bat. Kind of all over the place. A little bit bigger range, highest exit velocity we've had so far. Not as responsive, but the ball feels good off of it, if that makes any sense. It definitely feels like much more end loaded than the ones we've been swinging. Making that adjustment to throwing the head of the bat a little bit more was definitely something I was being conscious of at the end. Swings a little bit more like a wood bat. Not my favorite, but it's up in the top 3. Next up, we are at a 33.5 Bone Saber Cobra. This one swung quite a bit, so should have a good idea what this one's gonna do. A little bit smaller sweet spot. Didn't feel as responsive off the bat. Didn't feel as end loaded, even though the MOI is higher. Consistent exit velocity wise though, didn't light it up today. Next up, we got the Rawlings Icon in a 34. MOI on this one's gonna be 161.85. Now we're just throwing club heads here. I feel like I hit that one really good. And the one I just like flicked over there was 4 miles an hour harder. Some of the misses are better than they were before. Our highest exit velocity with this has not matched our PR yet. Never swung an Icon before. When I'm hitting one good with this, it's not bad, but it's not great. Probably would prefer some of the other ones we've swung so far. The Clout is gonna be at a 34. So this is 162.13. It does not feel as end loaded as the other one. This one feels more balanced. Feels more solid. There's definitely a difference in feel when you go to the 34 from the 33.5 or the 33. A 34 at this MOI might be pushing what I probably should be swinging. The ball's coming off it fine, and the sweet spot's good. I'd probably swing this in a 33. That feels really good though. It's really responsive. We're not hitting the hardest balls we've hit with it, but it's consistent when we hit it on the barrel. Probably top 4 right now. Next up, we got a 33.5-inch goods. So this has one of the highest MOIs or swing weights in terms of being an end-loaded bat that we're gonna swing. For its weight is the highest MOI, and it is the most end-loaded. Its MOI is 163.97. So there's a 33.5. So far, we got the highest average exit velocity, tied for our PR. It feels much more like a wood bat, which is comfortable to me. Bat head's easy to whip into the zone. So far, this is my favorite right now. I'll take one more. Okay, the Select Power by Louisville. 33.5, MOI of 168.21. Let's go. We're getting close to our PR here now. PR now. Well, we got a new PR. Hard hit average is up. Feels really good, honestly. Responsive, little vibration, but not much. Sweet spot feels pretty good. It swings heavy though. So if you want something that swings heavy, not a bad choice. We're now gonna move into a voiceover because we had some technical difficulties with the mic, so I apologize for that. Next up, we have the new Combat 34-inch. The MOI on this one's 170.27. Our exit velocity is sitting around our PR, which is really nice. It's very consistent, and like all the other combats, you don't really feel it off the bat, but you also don't get that negative response all the time. So it doesn't give a lot of feedback, but it does feel good. You know the combats are just a different bat if you've swung them. And so it's that knock sound rather than the ping. Our next one up is the old Select Power in the 34-inch. This is one of our players' favorite bats this year, especially our college guys. The MOI on this thing jumps to 177, which is absolutely insane. Swinging this bat was the first point where the bat speed actually started to reduce because of the weight of the bat. In this model, I'm probably swinging a 33, not a 34. Because we aren't even PRing or getting close to that point. Testing this in a 34-inch is kind of silly. For a quick overview of these bats, old model Select Power is very barrel heavy and end loaded, but the ball comes off consistently. It's going to swing very similarly to a wood bat. The Combat is not going to be as loud, and it's going to be a little bit different off your bat. It's going to be more of that knock sound, but it's not going to ring your hands as well. So there's a huge benefit there. New Select Power, like we said before, is nasty. It has a huge sweet spot. Feels great off the barrel. The goods I wanted to try in a smaller length. But the thing about the goods I liked is it swings easily, even though it's an end-loaded bat. Now, the Icon and the Clout were a little too inconsistent for my liking. The Icon wrung my hands a lot, and it was on pitches that I didn't think it would, which was kind of annoying. I think that was confusing. Now, I swing the Bone Saber a lot. I do like the Mega more because I think the Bone Saber is a little bit more end-loaded, and the high-end exit velocity is not there for me on the Bone Saber. The Omaha was a fun one to swing. It had a balanced feel, even though it was end-loaded, and it just swung really easily. I liked how the ball came off. The exit velocity was there. Now, I was surprised. The Mav 1 is probably my favorite bat that we swung. It was our first PR bat, and I don't think we broke that PR ever again. It gave great feedback. It didn't ring my hands. It had a huge sweet spot. The Combat Midnight Rodeo in the 33 is my favorite design. The new Atlas was another one I loved in terms of the consistency and the feel off the barrel. Didn't ring the hands, had great high-end velocity. The Cat X was upsetting because it kept ringing my hands, even if I thought I hit it on the barrel. If I didn't have the hit tracks in here, I would have thought I hit everything off the handle just by how the ball was coming off the bat. I'm not going to put all that on Marucci. I never would do that. Maybe I just can't swing this bat. The Voodoo, on the other hand, for Demarini was the easiest to swing, easiest to barrel. It wasn't the highest in exit velocity, but it's a really fun bat because if you're just getting into BBCOR, the Voodoo is definitely something you're going to want to check out because of how easy it is to swing. I was a huge fan of the Voodoo. The 32-inch Combat Rodeo we threw in there. I had a lot of trouble swinging a 32-inch bat. Even if it's unloaded, it was just too light. But that leaves us with these 5 favorites for the showdown. You'll be able to find out who takes the crown. I'm Swag Shades. Hope that helps.